around the world. But the main audience here is the American people, because a lot of people have been emigrating from America in mass numbers, and they are immigrating to other countries. But some of the other locals have been starting to have massive headaches.
It is a turbulent time to be living in the United States, and now some Americans are packing up and leaving, and they're deciding to live abroad, driven by factors like the cost of living and political divisions. Chief investigative reporter Eric Flack first reported on this trend 3 years ago, so he checked back with the experts who told him the number of people interested in leaving the states is only going up.
Jen Barnett and her husband left Alabama to live in Mexico 3 years ago. They say they were fed up with the U.S. political climate. And now their company Expatsy helps thousands of other Americans move abroad too.
El motivo por el que nos hemos reunido aquí es justamente para escuchar los sentipensares de muchas víctimas que hoy, principalmente juventudes, para nosotros es casi imposible conseguir una vivienda. Y no solamente eso, estamos viviendo las consecuencias de la gentrificación, que es que el gobierno orienta sus políticas públicas a personas de mayor nivel adquisitivo, provocando el despojo, muchas veces ilegal, de población local que ya tiene 40, 50 y tenemos documentado hasta 60 años viviendo en estos barrios.
The Great American Sweepback is some sort of another immigration tactic that the U.S. government will start to pull a lot of fleeing Americans who fled to the other countries back to USA. So a lot of people will be saying, God, I'm so relieved that I left the USA. The quality of life is so poor. Sometimes we have been paying our taxes forever. The rent is so high. The prices of cars, food, everything is already skyrocketing. It's like a Great Depression is starting to get all over in our nerves again. Right now, they have brought their families. They use their ancestral lineage to seek citizenship. Some of it right now, they have been begging a lot of people to marry them so they can escape from the country and gain citizenship fast.
The factor uncensored is sex in your travel itinerary. It's one of the travel goals for a community called the Passport Bros, meaning brothers. It's a traveling community of upwardly mobile black men. Some are accused of going around the world searching for a more traditional and submissive wife. But is it all about sex and just a girlfriend for hire and then return home to humiliate black women in America? That's the controversy that we're dealing with. One of its members, Austin Holman, is apologizing for comments that he made about Brazilian women. Take a listen.
What I meant by when I said that Brazilian women are easy, and I shouldn't use the word easy. I know that now. I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is, for a man that's well-mannered, well-dressed, that has put in the effort to raise himself, he will have an easier time in Brazil, as opposed to where I was from, that wasn't always the case.
Both American and women around the world are speaking out against the Passport Bros, arguing these guys are using their status to take advantage of women and even calling it a form of sex tourism and sex trafficking.
Big booty. Damn! You saw another big booty?
Step 1, get a passport. Hide a local Filipino to the movie.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
People in the K-pop community who are just poorly disguised Asian/Korean fetishizers piss me off.
You saw another big booty.
I will warn you this. You will be included to be pulled back into USA. You will be pulled back. Whether you have the legal documents that you can carry, if you are a citizen, you are a permanent resident visa, if you had a marriage license, that you have been proven to marry to some sort of local woman in that particular country that you immigrated, all of it will be cancelled, people.
And there's a social media trend that crossed into local backlash. It's called nuisance streaming, where foreign streamers film offensive acts in public spaces for profit. These streamers do pull-ups on sacred sakura trees, urinate in hotel rooms, and trespass construction sites, while platforms reward them with money for extreme behavior. Japanese locals started fighting back by confronting streamers, and authorities began arresting them. But in Japan, nuisance streaming isn't just disruptive content, it's proving that stupidity goes viral fast.
Wait for my room. I can't even get into the goddamn bed. Look at this. I will show you this. You open up the door to go to the bathroom, it's jammed against the bed. I have to go in sideways to get into the damn bathroom.
That is the case.
Well, the case is, I'm telling you, I haven't seen anything. This gentleman said he hasn't seen anything.
Yeah. But the thing
Now,
is,
what is your name?
PC Hawkins.
And what is your name?
PC Jones.
Am I free to go?
Being detained.
On what grounds? I'm American, so I know.
Make sure that is
Japan might stop letting foreigners in altogether. Reading the news, I'm horrified by the behavior of some tourists. There are now more foreign visitors in Japan than ever before. After the pandemic, when the country was completely closed, people rushed in the moment borders reopened. Tourists ignore basic etiquette. They don't take off their shoes where it's required, leave trash everywhere, and even chase geishas for photos, literally stalking them. Some ride bicycles in sacred places where it's strictly forbidden. Foreign bloggers film pranks in public spaces, disturbing locals. Japanese people are running out of patience. This country has its own rules, and visitors need to respect them, even if they don't like them. But many fail to follow even the simplest ones, like the no talking on the phone in public transport rule. What do you think about this?
A statement that's probably going to piss off a lot of people, but it needs to be said, because it finally happened. The quiet, unspoken agreement, the loophole that thousands of foreigners have used for years to build a life in paradise, it's dead. Thailand immigration didn't just close the door. They bricked it up, painted a massive no entry sign on the front, and sent a very clear message. We are done with you. If you're a tourist who stays long, a digital nomad bouncing back and forth, or one of those border-run expats who thinks you've cracked the system, your time might be up. And trust me, I'm not celebrating. I'm not attacking you. I'm not defending immigration either. I'm just telling you the truth the way nobody else wants to say it. The honest, uncomfortable version you won't get from the polished travel bloggers or the all smiles tourism commercials. Because what's happening right now is messy. It's confusing, it's emotional, and it's starting to make even regular tourists ask the question nobody ever thought they'd ask. Does Thailand even want us anymore? Let's talk about it. I'll be honest, when I first heard the news, Thailand is limiting tourist visa extensions to 2 per year. I shrugged. I thought, yeah, sure. Another immigration announcement that'll get ignored after 2 weeks. Happens all the time. But then the stories started rolling in. People being pulled aside, fingerprints taken, officers flipping through passports like they were searching for cocaine residue, digital nomads getting grilled about their income, their jobs, their intentions, and then came the border-run chaos. Same-day exits? Denied. One guy even commented that immigration staff lectured him like he was a naughty school kid. Thailand is not your home. Stop doing border runs.
And you have been excited to reach that country. And you finally entered into the port of entry. It comes to airport and in ship. And then you see the border patrol's office. You've seen the border patrol's desk. All you need to do is just pass through and say, I'm finally there. I just need to have a great interview. And then I will be going there, I'll be immigrating. But somehow, before you could reach the border patrol's desk for immigration checkup, you have been met with some sort of enforcement. You have been met with some sort of U.S. embassy officials, everything. They have blocked you. Even you had your daughters, you had your family, you had your visas, you have your travel documents and passports. They were like this. I was like, and you were like, what is the problem? Instead of welcoming you into a country wherein you're starting to immigrate just to avoid some sort of fascist regime from USA, instead of saying, hola, can I see your visa so we can so we can welcome you up here. Instead of that, they will say, give me your passport.
The world is turning its back on America at a rapid pace, and really it's the only logical thing that the world can do. America has turned back to the mindset of the feudal system, and it's toxic to the rest of the world. We're seeing the most negative parts of our political systems and ideologies spread throughout the world right now, creating massive damage. The world looks in at us from the outside, as I said in the last video, and sees a rabid animal because it acts without reason. It acts without any kind of thought of anyone who's not one of their subjects.
A new Republican bill may make it easier for the federal government to revoke or refuse a passport to U.S. citizens who voice opinions opposing the U.S. government or the White House stance on issues like the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The bill, introduced by Republican Florida lawmaker Brian Mast, is being debated on Capitol Hill today. But after civil rights groups pointed out the bill gives Marco Rubio and the State Department unilateral authority to revoke passports from U.S. citizens, goes against the First Amendment right of freedom of speech and the 14th Amendment's guarantee of due process, the passport section has been removed for now.
And it's because the American system is failing you in a way that you don't even know about. So on December 28th, me and my girlfriend fly from Miami, Florida to Doha, Qatar to Bangkok, Thailand. And upon arrival, I go into immigration and I'm told that my passport is flagged as lost or stolen by Interpol. So in case you don't know, the only way that it can be marked as lost is if you yourself mark it as lost. You need your social security number, your birth certificate, you need all of your personal information to mark it as lost. I did not do that. So here I am, about as far away from the United States as I could possibly be, with an invalidated passport flagged by Interpol, International Police, to which I did not know about. I'm then told that I am not allowed to enter the country and I'm detained until I am back on United States soil.
I land in Rome. They tell me that there's an Interpol alert on my passport. They say that it was reported lost or stolen. Now, I'm a frequent traveler. I showed them other proof of my identity. I had my passport card. I had my license. I showed them literally everything I had. My birth certificate, I keep that on me. So I end up being able to go through customs, but I need to go to the embassy to get a new passport. So I am grateful that I'm able to go to the embassy to get this passport. As promised, I go to the embassy first thing Monday morning to deal with the situation, and they're able to tell me that in their system, somebody reported my passport as lost or stolen on an MTA bus back in November.
Remember, I made a video and I said, I believe, my theory, I have no proof, but I believe the Iron Curtain goes down after the World Cup. When the World Cup is over, that's when America will show its true face. It can't do that now because it needs all these people to come to America and we need their money. So it's either the World Cup this year or the Olympics next year, but one of the two, the Iron Curtain is coming down. And once it comes down, you will find out that wall in Mexico was never to stop the Mexicans from coming in. It was always to stop Americans from leaving. Don't forget, up to 5 Americans so far. 5 different Americans have gone to Canada to request asylum, only to get arrested by the Canadian police and sent back to America. So if you go to Canada thinking, oh shit, everything is scary here, I'm gonna run to Canada. Nope. Canadians will arrest you and send you the fuck back. Y'all don't understand what's going on. This is the time for second passports.
This is incredibly alarming because American airlines are allowing Americans to leave not checking their passport's validity. They are then arriving internationally only to be informed while abroad that their passports were marked lost or stolen. And with everything going on with the American government, I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that's just happening right now.